Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me Kagam. Everybody's getting dragged today. You guys, I haven't done a video like this in some time. Today we're going to talk about AP, we're going to talk about Chanel, Big H. I hope that you're fully subscribed. If you're new here, this is all in good fun. Don't take it too seriously. Don't start defending these brands, okay? Because they deserve to be dragged all the time. So the first story is, and also by the way, some reviews I'll share on the screen, others I won't. It just depends on how big they are, because whenever I film these videos, I notice sometimes like it messes up like the way my videos look in the frame or whatever. But this one is from Yelp. This is about FSH. So the Hermes flagship, which is Faubourg Saint-Honore, but more commonly known in the luxury community as FSH. So she's saying, we've been clients of Hermes for a long time and even purchased items today. We were asked to go back at a certain time, which we did, and a whole hour of sitting with an associate, he walked out and said, "We've reached our daily limit of handbag sales." I specifically told them we had purchased before and understand the game, but they took it too far today. I was insulted and ignored by people pretending to be brand representatives. These people are not trained to sell, they're trained to deceive and be dishonest. The manager looked straight in our face and lied. They don't care about your time or money because there's so many people begging to spend money. I'm a car collector and I spend more money servicing a car that would cover 10 handbags, so I understand the word exclusivity. However, client recognition is zero. The collector car community is massive in the US and they're all aware of the brand, but I will make it a personal project to diminish this peasant behavior. A few black suits with no personality will not capitalize on my family's time. Shame on whoever accepts this type of behavior for their brand. Brand suicide begins with this type of practice. Can't wait to get back to LA and make some phone calls. Thank you, flagship, for all your unnecessary BS. Feel free to contact me. I'm not anonymous. Yeah, so this person really did leave their government name, and this is on Yelp, and this review is from 2019. Okay, so let's react to this review. Make sure you're chatting to me in the Premier chat or drop a comment. So the first thing is, as someone who I genuinely like cars. I've told you guys about how I like cars, luxury cars. I do follow cars. I know a lot about classic cars. My dad was really into them. I like them as well. A few days ago, I just saw like a Mercedes Benz that had to have been from the 50s. I just saw some guy driving it and I was like, whoa. So as someone who's familiar with cars and the classic car community myself, I just feel like it's just nonsense to like bring that up because it's just not the right equivalent. It doesn't matter how much money you spend in another luxury hobby. At the end of the day, Big H have their way of doing things, and you either agree with their way of doing things or you keep it moving and you go do something else. I do agree that it had to have been frustrating for this particular client to be like, you know, they were waiting and they were told, hey, can you wait? But we all know, because we're on Facebook groups, we're on Instagram, we're on forums, we all know that there are shenanigans. They tell you sometimes, hey, can you wait? Sometimes that wait will be 30 minutes. Sometimes you will wait 60 minutes. Sometimes you wait 2 hours. It just depends on like your need to get the bag. I hate waiting, okay, fundamentally speaking. I'm always on time. I'm that person who's like, always on time. So for me, if I have to wait, I would definitely make sure that I have a phone with me with internet, I have a book, okay, or something. I'm playing a game on my phone so that the time goes quickly. And you know, the whole thing of we've reached our daily limit of handbag sales. Yeah, absolutely. We all know that they are, you know, just talking nonsense. We all know that the bags are there. You're telling me that the Orange Stallion, 24 Rue de Faubourg Saint-Honore, do not have Birkin, Kellys, and Constances in the back every single day for the flagship, the mothership, the global mothership store of every single Hermes store? Stop. Of course they do. But my thing is the way people react. So I feel like this person took it personally. I was reading a few people's experiences with Big H's customer service on Facebook. A lot of people were saying that escalating it up and complaining like doesn't really work. I feel like it depends the nature of the complaint, but I feel like if it's a situation where they did see you, they told you they don't have any bags, that person's not going to get in any trouble. It doesn't matter like that they didn't say it nicely, that they weren't like, you know, sucking up to you when they were saying it. And I'm not saying that they're right. I'm not saying that. I guess maybe because I did live in Paris, so I'm a little bit familiar with maybe the tone in which someone might say something in a Parisian store. I feel like if you're not familiar also with that tone, you might be like, okay, well, you know, this tone is a little bit, you know, maybe the tone is a little bit cold, but you know, maybe that's just how it came across. I don't know, because I wasn't there, and I'm not trying to defend the orange stallion here because there's just too many games and shenanigans, but I don't like this tone of I spend more in the classic car community that costs 10 handbags. Well, if you really are a baller like that in the classic car community, you would come across that way to these people, because they're trained to know who's a baller, who can spend 6 figures buying handbags. They're trained to know that, and maybe you weren't giving off that impression. The next review is also for the Faubourg Saint-Honore boutique, you know, similar shenanigans. So here we go. Just this last weekend, I encountered the rudest, most pretentious salesperson working at Big H. She mentions her name, so I'm not going to say the person's name. She's like, I've been visiting Paris for many years and I've done my share of damage at shops in the realm of Big H, and I've never encountered someone who attempted to make me feel inferior by not only walking by me but ignoring me after I politely asked her a question / direction for help, given that the shop was complete chaos, but instead she stared me down and thumbed her nose at me and she walked away. Nice try. And she says her name again. I'm not going to say her name, but and then she says, I am from, she mentions this neighborhood in the US, and then she says she's from that neighborhood, and she says, so the essay's name was going to get addressed, and she did, and don't think it made a difference, as it was evident that the bitterness and nastiness was part of her DNA, and the undercurrent that runs through Hermes Saint-Honore. I've shopped at other Hermes locations, but this particular store is a petri dish of disgusting snobs in dire need of a refresher course in customer service. First of that list will be, she keeps mentioning the person's name, the essay's name. Okay, so I think there are a few things here. I think first of all, yeah, you should not be treated badly, but I must say, I think at this point, everyone who likes Hermes, you either like Hermes or you're watching this video because you're interested in Hermes, or you're in the luxury community and you're just watching anyway. We've all heard that there's so many customer service shenanigans that go on at FSH. I did the video, I told you that a client was made to cry who flew in from Spain at the Sevres boutique. She cried, and you know, her man, you know, called to defend her at customer service, and they were like, bye. Okay, we all know of these shenanigans. It's not anything new. I'm not saying that, oh, she should just, you know, accept it because the shenanigans happen or anything. I'm just saying it's not anything new. From what I have heard from people who've been to the boutique, and I think I'll be going in a few months, so I'm so excited, I can't wait. I'm going to be going very soon, and I'll report back as well once I've been there. It's like super, super, super busy, particularly at peak times of the year. And when it's really busy, if you're not someone who's spending money, you are going to be ignored. Now, I'm not saying that's right, but I'm just saying if you're someone who really knows the stallion, the orange stallion, Big H, if you really know the way Big H operates, why would you, I don't know, why would it annoy you more when you know basically what time it is? I don't know, tell me if you think I'm being wrong or not. Okay, so here is the next horror story from Hermes. My wife and I stopped by this location, this is again of FSH, while on vacation. The staff was pretentious and rude. We were looking for a handbag and were told to sign up online, and we may get the opportunity to come talk to someone. Really a ridiculous process. We signed up and got a notice they could not accommodate us. We found another Hermes and got in later in the day, and we got the bag she was looking for. Do not darken the doorstep of this location. By the way, I make more in a day than the sales associates at Hermes make in a month. But we're not rude or arrogant, so do not try and be a snob to me and my wife. Okay. Now, my issue with this is, again, the tone. I've told you guys before, I really don't like it when people say, well, I make more than this person who works in a shop. You don't know anything about people who work in shops. Those of you who know about people who work in luxury retail, particularly the people who've been working for years and years and years in luxury retail, a lot of those people are from like, you know, backgrounds where, you know, they're like, okay, cool, I'm gonna, you know, go work in this, you know, I'm gonna go work for this luxury brand and I'm gonna be paid a specific amount, I'm gonna get bonuses. But there are people who are from very well-to-do backgrounds and who do work in luxury retail. And I know this from experience because I have been told on very good authority that people assume that because someone's a Chanel SA or an Hermes SA that, oh, they probably don't have money to buy, you know, Chanel bags and Hermes bags, and they've probably got tons of them at home. So I really don't like that, I have to say. It makes me feel uncomfortable. I actually think that's very elitist in itself. So maybe you came to the store, okay, with that energy, okay, and then they just decided, you know, whatever, you know, it's not going to happen. So obviously they signed up, as the person said, they signed up and they didn't get an appointment. That is the nature of the system. I understand that this particular individual is like annoyed about that, but I don't really understand like who can be upset about the fact that that is the way things are done. I mean, it is what it is. I'm not saying I agree with it. I just don't understand the sort of like really elitist, patronizing tone of I make more money than you in a day. You don't know how much that person makes. Big H SAs also get a pooled commission. So depending on how well the store does, some of them are doing very well. So, you know, I think if you're watching this and you're getting ready to go to Paris, please do not have some of these attitudes that some people leave on the internet. They leave them with their government names like, well, I make more money than them. You don't know how much money an Hermes SA or Chanel SA has in their bank account. You don't know. You'd be shocked. Sometimes it's the people who you think that person doesn't have anything and they've got lots and lots and lots and lots of money in their bank account. My final Big H story is again from the Faubourg Saint-Honore store. This person left a review and said, don't waste your time here with the appointment system. You go through ups and downs of the appointment and then the SA assigned will tell you no deliveries or no stock. Yeah, right. And you see so many people leaving the store with big bags and taking pics of it outside of the store because they were offered B's and K's. This is the mothership store and they receive deliveries every day, plus they have plenty of stock in the back. Build a relationship with your SA back home and save those purchases for the SA that works with you. Okay, this is what I think is a fair review because everything she's saying here is facts. We all know that the products are there. We all know that. It's the discretion of the SA to decide to sell you an item or not. Of course, there are going to be some variables. I've heard that there's certain colors that are very rare. Maybe you've asked for a rare color that they don't have. To me, it's kind of like this kind of Big H and particularly Faubourg Saint-Honore, it's a lottery, but it's also this kind of black hole vortex. Some people get sucked into the vortex and, you know, come back with bags. Some people get sucked into the vortex and do not come out with anything. And I think she's right. I think if you do have a home store, I do think it's worth you know, building your relationship with your home boutique. I have noticed many people on social media saying that FSH is really moving towards, at this point, people who are spending will be offered bags. Even if you're not spending, you can get offered a bag, but they are moving towards that model. We are seeing this because more and more people are saying, I bought a few things the day before, then I got an appointment, or I went one day, I bought something, I went another day, I got an appointment. We are seeing the sort of the rise of shopping at FSH in order to get an appointment or in order to, you know, score a bag. And I think if you can, you know, build a relationship with your, you know, your SAs back home, it's probably worth doing that. Now, in my case, that doesn't apply because there are no Hermes boutiques on the African continent. So my only hope is Paris. That's fine. I have no issue with that. I like Paris. I like traveling there. I can do that. And I'm patient, so I can wait for my bag when the time is right for me. But I must say, it has to be frustrating when you get there and you've been told no deliveries, no stock. And again, I always tell you guys, like I tell you guys on here, I tell some of you who, you know, I speak to privately, that this is a survivorship bias issue in the luxury community. The people who are being offered bags are the more likely to come forward and say, hey, and if you were told there are no bags, there are no bags, there are no bags, you're less likely to come forward and share your story. And I've said that I am committing to, when I get to Paris, if I'm offered an appointment, I will come and report back. If I get a bag, I will report back. If I'm denied, I will report back, because I feel like it's so important to be transparent about this, because it makes it a more human process and it kind of decreases these kind of weird feelings that some people get. Some people do feel envious and do feel a bit jealous, like, oh, how come that person is getting a bag and I'm not? And you don't even know that that person maybe bought, you know, porcelain, they bought a watch, you know, the day before, and then they were given an appointment. So it's important to have that perspective. The next story is from Chanel, New Bond Street in London. Okay, so this is interesting. I want to know what you guys think about this. I feel like this is quite controversial. This person wrote it on Google Reviews. They said, find it extremely appalling how high-end brands such as Chanel would employ staff that discriminates against exempt individuals. I'm medically exempt and was more than prepared to even show my doctor's exemption letter, but to be to be refused and discriminated against was totally something I did not expect. Okay, so I guess what this person is referring to is obviously C19, and they probably had to wear a mask in order to enter the store, and they probably were medically exempt for wearing the mask. Now, I want to be clear about something. I don't want this to turn into a sort of debate about you know what, because like if you talk about C19, you talk about being inoculated, because I can't use the V word, your videos get suppressed on YouTube. I have no interest in that. You know how I am about my videos. I work hard on my videos, so I'm not trying to do that. So when you respond to this, please don't mention C19, don't mention the P word, don't mention the V word, okay? But what I must say is that I kind of feel like in a situation like this, it's really hard because the SAs in this case, they're just doing their job. Management have probably said, if you don't have a mask on, you're not entering the store. And there are some people who are medically exempt, and I can respect that. If a doctor, physician has said, this particular individual is medically exempt, it's not for me or for anyone else to question that. But what I would say is the person who's medically exempt, you kind of have to just accept that, yeah, like, Chanel, like, you know, they're following the rules that they've been given as well by, you know, their bosses. And who wants to get, you know, sacked because you let someone in and who wasn't wearing a mask, and then maybe one of the top bosses saw, and then you could lose your job. I would not want to lose my job for that. Like, I'm not losing my job. I'm following the rules, and I'm one of these rules people. If I have to go somewhere and wear a mask, I'll wear a mask. If I don't have to wear a mask, I won't wear a mask. But I follow the rules. So in Tanzania, you don't have to wear a mask. So no one is wearing a mask because you don't have to. The government has not mandated that. So I feel like, but if I was going to someone's restaurant and they said, hello, please, can you wear a mask? No problem at all. I'm happy to put it on because I respect people's businesses and I respect that everyone has to do what they think is right. So I thought that was super interesting. I would love to know what you think about that, because it really got me thinking as to who was right and who was wrong. And part of me was kind of like, I don't know, they're both right. Like, that person is exempt, but at the same time, the SAs and the employees of the store are just doing their job. So everyone has a job to do and everyone's doing their job, and it is what it is. Okay, the next story is also from New Bond Street. And this is a review from Google Reviews. They said, large store with good selection, staff kind of judge you. Hold on, wait, no, sorry. This isn't from New Bond Street. This is Madison Avenue, I believe. Large store with good selection, staff kind of judge you. If you're going to make a purchase before deciding if they're going to help you or offer anything like water. The toilet facilities are just for customers. Drinks are offered if you look like you're going to buy. A couple of seats for those waiting. Okay, this is interesting to me because I don't know how you can expect to be given water or drinks or champagne if you're not purchasing anything. Like, I don't know. I mean, as a business owner, the water is paid for, the champagne is paid for. And a lot of these people who are working in these stores, they have to account for that at the end of the week or at the end of the month. Like, how many bottles of champagne did we offer this month? Okay, we offered 25 bottles of champagne or glass of Moet or Krug to these clients, okay? And of those 25 that you offered to clients, how many bought clothes? Oh, one. Or how many bought, bags? Every single person bought. Or, okay, well, I offered it to this one person that he didn't buy. That person's gonna get in trouble. This is a business at the end of the day. And I trust me, I understand, because, honey, I wanna be offered my champagne when I go to Paris. I wanna be offered my water when I go to Paris, honey, okay? You better give me my champagne, but guess what? I'm not there to waste anyone's time. And I'm not gonna be going in there trying to touch everything, window shopping, and not buying something. That's just not my style. Now, obviously, I'm in Tanzania, so it's a little bit easier for me to know in my head right now, like, what I want to buy. So I thought it was really interesting. This person was really stuck on the fact that you get judged if you're gonna buy something, and you only get given water or drinks if you're gonna buy something. I don't feel like it's wrong that they only want to offer water, champagne, refreshments to people who are buying only. I think if you're there looking around, I don't see why you would be offered water. And I don't know if that's me being really, really harsh. Am I being Am I being a Scrooge? Am I being harsh here? Okay. Remember in Beauty and the Beast when, you know, the lady, you know, she asks for help and then he's like, no, and then, you know, he turns into the beast or whatever. I mean, am I being harsh here? I mean, because I feel like it's a business decision. If you're going in there to look around and touch things, why should you be offered drinks and refreshments over clients who are going to be buying bags, buying jewelry, or buying, you know, ready to wear? Very curious to know what you guys think about that. The next story is from AP. Listen, ever since I did my watch video, I've been getting into watches. I'm really enjoying what I'm learning about watches because I'm still a novice. But the watch game, honey, is very real. So here we go. This is from the AP store in New York, the AP boutique. I accompanied my friend for a watch. I accompanied my friend shopping for a watch for her husband as a 30th anniversary gift. We checked out Jaeger LeCoultre and Constantin, and then headed to AP, which was one of the brands she was interested in for her husband, who is a collector. The store was open and 4 people were inside and looked like salespeople. However, they didn't even bother with us. A security guard from her uniform, I don't think she was a salesperson, met us in the foyer outside of the store and told us there are no watches in the store right now because of the you-know-what. And they were open only for clients who had appointments. The salespeople pretended not to even see us and never let us in. Nobody offered to even show us a catalog or make an appointment for us. It was just surreal. Neither of us had ever been treated so rudely when trying to shop. Not sure what's going on, but it's definitely bizarre. Okay, really interesting. Ever since I filmed that watch video, lots of you had told me privately, like, oh my god, there are no watches here, like in this Rolex AD, there's no this. I have definitely heard that this is an issue because of the you-know-what C19 situation. I think in this case, it's like a case of the essays just failing to use common sense. Common sense would say, hey, hello, like we're only taking appointments, we don't have any watches right now, but would you like to come in? And like the person said, would you like to come in? Would you like to look at a catalog? I feel like that would be a fair, common sense thing. I think the fact that she said that her friend's husband's also a collector, that person's probably realistic, and that woman's probably realistic, okay, that they're probably not going to be like Royal Oaks for men, for example, available for purchase immediately. You know, she'll probably have to be on a waiting list, she'll have to wait for ages and all of this. But I do think, like, because this woman was saying it was her and her friend going to shop for her friend's husband, I think at the end of the day, they just handled this badly, and I would be hurt too. Like if I was going there to buy something for Edwin and I'm with a maid and they wouldn't even like let you in, so you could, like she said, you know, even to look at the catalog or to make an appointment. I think that is hurtful, and I definitely feel like that's something that, yeah, would make me feel offended. AP is dragged, honey. Okay, AP gets dragged. Like there's so many reviews of the different like AP boutiques worldwide. Like they look at you what you're wearing. They're like, what's this person wearing? This person's wearing trainers. Ah! You're not getting any watches today. We don't have any watches for you to see. No watches today. So I'm super curious to know what you guys think. I feel like this review is the one that I feel most sympathetic about, because I feel like not even allowing the people to enter, like just having the security that be like, no, there are no watches and you cannot enter, you can't even make an appointment. I do think that is hurtful and unfair. So tell me what you think of those horror stories from Chanel, Audemars, and Big H. I'm very curious to know what your opinions are. Just some general thoughts, starting with Big H. My sort of general feeling right now is things at FSH are changing. Like if you are like up to date with what's popping at FSH, like you read forums, you read Facebook groups, you're on Instagram. I'm on every platform where Faubourg Saint-Honore is being discussed, and I must say, I've noticed that there's a change in the wind, okay? The weather is changing at the Orange Stallion on 24 FSH, and the weather is changing in regards to the fact that many people are reporting that you need to be buying things, little things in the store in order to get an appointment, particularly when it's very competitive. It seems that when it's less competitive, you can just walk in, you know, make your appointment, obviously, get an appointment first. And then once you have your appointment, you can buy stuff without purchase history. But it seems that when it's very competitive, particularly at the moment, one of my subscribers told me it's 12,000 appointments at FSH per day. When it's very competitive, 12,000 appointment requests per day, I beg your pardon. When it's very competitive, they're basically more inclined to give bags to people who have already bought things. Something else I found out on social media is that right now, allegedly, this is what someone said on Facebook, is that when you get there, you can't even like, you don't even get to see the essay. There's like someone who has like a device, and they check your name to look at your purchase history, and then you give them your like maybe top 3 or top 2 options that you're interested in. That's what I was reading in this one group, and I think that's so interesting to me because they really, there's just so much competition. So now it's like even easier to be declined and to be rejected for bags, if you think about it, because if you get there, you can't even speak to the essay. Like once you basically get there, you know, for the appointment or whatever, you can't even speak to them. You have to say, hello, I'd like to get, you know, a mini Kelly or a Kelly Pochette, and you have to say it really quickly, and then they're looking at your name and your purchase history before they let you go through. That's really interesting, and that's something that I was reading that someone said has been happening for maybe the past few months at FSH recently. So anyway, I think when it pertains to Faubourg Saint-Honore, it sounds really wild over there. It is what it is. I would not let it consume me. It is not going to consume me. I think it's a little bit different for me because even when it pertains to luxury handbags, I like a lot of brands. I know many people put Big H on this pedestal. I don't when it comes to bags. I like many brands. I like Chanel. I like Balenciaga. I like Balenciaga's bags. I like Gucci's bags, honey. I like Fendi. I like many. And I feel like as long as you don't put it on a pedestal, I feel like it won't hurt as much. Of course, it's going to hurt a little bit. You'll be a bit sad, like, oh, I didn't get a bag. But you won't be as hurt. And I've been reading a lot of rejection stories that I found on Instagram, Facebook, and social media in general. There are many people who are being rejected at FSH. Don't fall for the hype that influencers are giving you. Influencers have to make their videos look a certain kind of way so they can get views and clicks and get money from sponsors and all of this. Please do not fall for it. Many people are being rejected. So I think it's just important to kind of be realistic about your chances. But at the same time, I think also be a good human being and don't like let your emotions like kind of show at the store. I feel like a lot of these reviews I've read about FSH, it's like a lot of people get really, really, really upset and show the essay that they're upset. And I feel like you're just giving the essay so much power. I think when it pertains to Chanel are creating their own game. I would love to talk about it with you guys as well. I need to kind of think what my thoughts are on it first, but I think Chanel are creating their own game. People who buy get drinks and get champagne, which I don't have an issue with. And I feel like, you know, we know that they're creating their own kind of quota system at the moment. They're basically creating it in terms of, you know, what's going on with the classic flaps and all of this. And we know how they feel about ready to wear and fine jewelry. So I feel like the most surprising story to me was just the one from AP, like just the way that woman was treated. I would be super hurt, like the way those 2 women were treated. I would be really offended and very like hurt by that. So I hope that these luxury brands just improve how they treat people. It seems like the essays really do judge, particularly in the places where the flagship stores are. It seems that they really do judge clients, and they really do look at the way you're dressed. So I'm very curious, like I have like, I'm already creating looks for my Paris trip, honey, and I'm gonna make sure that my looks are serving, and I am serving the hardcore looks because I'm not trying to be blanked, okay, in any of these stores. That is not a vibe, that is not a mood. Just before I go, the Chanel Trendy CC with rose gold hardware from 22C Cruise Collection pictures have been leaking on Instagram, so I wanted to share some with you. Get your opinions. What do you think of this hardware? I think it looks really luxurious. I think it looks great. It looks beautiful. I hope this bag is still around when I go to Paris. I will try and find it. I think it just looks so beautiful, so glam. Yeah, love it, love it, love it. And also, what do you guys think of this wooden vanity case? I'm so curious about the vanity case because I just can't believe, and I know people are gonna buy this. Like this, in the UK, I think the small one is like £9,000. An Audemars Piguet stainless watch, okay, the most like standard model starts at like £14,000. I think it was like £13,800 in my video. Imagine just adding a few thousand more and you can get an AP watch, like a stainless steel one. And it's stainless steel, it's not made from wood. Okay, Chanel are always doing way too much. You guys, if you like my videos and you like what I'm doing, please consider subscribing to my channel, hitting notifications. I'm noticing a lot of you are watching my videos, but you're not subscribing. Please, please, please consider subscribing and sticking around. I have so many great videos planned for November. Also, I have my Louis Vuitton Christmas shopping guide coming out this week. It's literally taking me days and days and days to research this video, because obviously I have to like curate a very great Christmas shopping guide for you guys, because I pride myself on finding the best products for minimalists, maximalists. If you want to buy things on a smaller budget, if you want to splurge and go hard, honey, 6 figures, I have got you covered. So make sure that you're subscribed and you stick around for my Louis Vuitton Christmas shopping guide. Also, I remember like 2-3 weeks ago, I was getting a lot of messages from you guys like, hey, when are you going to talk about the Louis Vuitton price increase? It doesn't look like it's happened. There was allegedly supposed to be another price increase for fine jewelry and fashion jewelry. It doesn't look like it's happened, honey. So let's just wait and see. You know, when it comes to Louis Vuitton decide when they want to decide. So I'm only reporting things that are accurate. I'm not doing it for views or for clicks. If I wanted to, I would have done that last week and been like, guys, apparently there's a price increase, but it didn't happen. People were saying it was going to happen on the 1st of November. The 1st of November, 2nd of November, I was on the EU side. I'm looking. Nothing's happened, you know? So when it comes to Louis Vuitton price increase, I'm only going by what the website says. And at this point, what I'm also doing is I take prices from the site anyway, just for my own reference. I put it in my spreadsheet. And then if I hear a rumor, I wait to see if it's going to be like updated. I try and post as accurate as possible most of the time. So I didn't post the video because I didn't think it was going to happen. I heard lots of rumors. A few of you had sent me messages and I saw people talking about it on Instagram, but I don't know, it just seemed weird to me that they had done that increase and then why increase again like just a few weeks later? It seemed a bit strange. However, your girl Chanel, baby, she's increasing again. I've been hearing a lot of rumors about that, so that will happen at some point this month. The minis are going up, but again, I only want to wait until I get really concrete info from accurate sources who post accurate info. So I'm gonna wait a little bit until I post that video. But yes, there is a Chanel price increase happening. Allegedly, the Louis Vuitton price increase for jewelry didn't happen. Apparently it might happen soon, and when it does, you'll be the first to know because I will be posting it here. So yeah, please make sure you stick around. There are gonna be so many great videos in November. December, I'm going to do Vlogmas. I'll be filming probably every single day except Sunday and Christmas Day. I probably won't film on Christmas Day, but I'm super excited. I love Christmas, it's my favorite time of the year, and January is gonna be lit, okay? You have to stick around. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys, in my next video at some point this week.